Baby say, oh, I feel it. I tell her so much. Look how she feeling. You want it, I get it. Girl, I got you. I am peeking. I am your weakness. Heavy breathing.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your girl Misty, aka TampaMystic. It is the industry's most wanted show, man, and I'm excited because we're coming to you live from crazy Atlanta downtown tonight, right here off of Cortlandt Street. But man, I got a special guest with me tonight, Mr. James Worthy, the King James Worthy. What's happening?
What's good?
Man, it's so good to have you here. You got so much going on. You got a lot of new content, some crazy new videos, new music. I mean, just crazy. We at Crazy Atlanta.
Right.
He's got crazy videos. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Man, give us that introduction. You know, I mean, everybody should know who you are, but you know, for the ones that don't.
Right. Well, what's up, y'all? James Worthy. I'm just a music guy. You know, I do a little of this, a little of that. You know, a couple Grammys, couple.
he talking like he said, I just got a couple Grammys. You know, so humble.
I'm just a music guy. You
Yeah.
know? Like, I don't get caught up in all that stuff.
You know, the last time we had a conversation, which was real recently, that was one of the things that I told you that I loved about you so much is your humbleness.
Yeah.
And, you know, we kind of talked about that, which, you know, I want to touch on it a little bit again. But, you know, I just really want people to get to know who James Worthy is. You know, like, where are you from originally?
From Queens, New York.
Okay, it's so funny because the last time I also had made a joke about people from New York. I'm like, oh gosh, I hope he's not from New York. And lo and behold, you're from New York. But I'm like,
I mean, you know, a lot of New York people move to Atlanta, like,
right?
Or just up north people. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I've been seeing more up north people than Atlanta people.
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of that spot where it's like that melting pot of people, especially if they're involved in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
You know, this is that city where you can create opportunity, you can get involved in other opportunity. There's just so much out here, you know. And you know, example, I've been out here for over 7 years doing events. I gotta shout out to Crazy Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Because this is where I do all my events at and stuff like that. So it was only right that we came and pulled up here today.
For sure.
You know, so how did you get started?
How did I get started, man? Well, just being from New York, just being like around music and just being around like OGs and you know, just I was real like, you know, privy to just being around a lot of legends,
right?
You know, and a lot of OGs in the music business, just entertainment business.
Sure.
So that was a luxury. So like I was just a young kid, just being a sponge and just watching people and just learning from their mistakes and learning about the do's and the don'ts. And you know, the added bonus was my dad was a security guard too. For a lot of celebrities, so just got a chance to be around a lot of people, a lot of things, and watch things and stuff. So it was kind of like the inevitable of being in the business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know one of your highlights that I got excited about. I don't know, I may have got more excited than you that you had the opportunity to meet the GOAT, Mr. MJ, Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Man, like what was that experience like?
I mean, it's hard to even put it into words. Like it was just, you know, that was my idol.
Michael Jackson,
Yeah, man.
I tried to get him to moonwalk from me before, but he wouldn't do it.
Y'all don't listen. But it was, I mean, just a dope moment. I mean, he was an idol to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was at least 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
And
at that age, it's
at
like
that age, you know, getting to meet your idol and
something crazy,
you know, right in front of you like that, and actually have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like that's wild.
That's so dope. So it's safe to say that he was probably one of those real influential guys for you.
Absolutely. He was one of the main reasons why I wanted to get in the music business, because when you get a stamp from Michael Jackson, I mean, like, there's nothing else.
You can't tell him nothing now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you know, through it all, you know, you've worked with so many people, and we're gonna talk about that again. Like I said, you know, you're so humble. And we'll touch on that a little bit more, but let's talk, you know, let's move forward a little bit, you know, when you actually started creating music, you know, talk to us about your process when you first started creating music.
Well, I started off with songwriting. So songwriting was the first forte. Just, you know, getting my feet wet with arrangement and song structure, melody, you know, getting good with words and wordplay and metaphors. So after I started, you know, getting my feet wet, the production came after that.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm good with words. Now I need music to go behind these words to put the whole puzzle together. And then that's how I started. just making full songs, having other people demo the songs so I can send them out. You know, and it started locally, of course.
Yeah.
And then gradually you move up, and that's just how it started.
You know, we talked about this before too, and of course, shout out to my guy, Drummer Boy. You know,
Drummer?
shout out, yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
I had went to the Revolt Summit. I think it was 2019, and you know, he was on a panel, and one of the things that I was talking to him about was a lot of producers want to immediately go straight to the top and work with the Jeezys and the Drakes, and it don't work like that. And Drummer Boy, you know, basically just responded saying that you have to start out local, you have to start out with the up and coming artists, and y'all come up together. So it sounds like, you know, you was on the same thing.
For sure. I mean, a lot of times, you know, with new producers, and it's not even just now, like it's been like this, but a lot of them, they chase the same placements as everybody else, or they chase to go work with the same artists that everybody else is trying to get to. So it's like, you're going against a pool of thousands of producers.
And there's some dope ones out there.
And there's some amazing talents.
Yes.
But sometimes it's a gamble, and it's like you're just in a pool of people that's trying to do the same thing.
Correct.
So it's like, how do you filter that?
Right.
You know
How do you go up against that?
Yeah, unless you got a direct relationship with the artist or the label or the management or whatever the team is. But even with that could be, you know, a hit or miss.
Absolutely.
But, you know, I always tell people, like, you know, just try to work with an artist that you believe in.
Correct.
And y'all compliment each other and blow that artist up. And I'm not saying like everything has to be on you to get them to where they need to go, but you know, it starts with the producer,
right?
You know, to get their sound. So I would say create the sound with that artist, and y'all build together. Build
that chemistry together. Y'all go get that plaque together.
Yeah, let's get this plaque, let's get these Grammys, let's get these Billboard charts, let's get all that.
Mr. Grammy's over here himself, dog.
Yeah, man.
Who are some of the artists that you do songwriting?
Yes.
Who are some of the artists you work with on that?
Oh man. And I always hate it.
I know there's a lot.
Give me a long list.
Give me like 4 or 5 or 2 or 3 or something.
Okay. All right. Let me see. We got Justin Bieber. We got Bobby Brown. We got Whitney Houston. We got artists like Fetty Wap. We got artists like Black. We got artists like Robin S., CeCe Peniston, Arrested Development, Sammy, of course Jay Holiday.
Right. Some of the dopest.
I mean, Men at Large, Ruffins. I mean,
the list goes on, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want to touch on that briefly because I don't want to give everybody your sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like some people just have to figure it out on their own.
Right.
But for anybody who's trying to get into songwriting for other people, what would be that first step you would say they need to take?
Perfect your craft first. You know what I mean? Like with me, I didn't really start going out chasing placements, so to speak.
Right.
Until I felt comfortable enough that I was good enough.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You don't want to come with some half-ass.
You got to be prepared to walk into those realms.
Right.
You know? So, again, you know, it's about taking steps. So, you know, work with like-minded people. Work with artists that understand what you bring to the table.
Right.
And, you know, whether they got new ideas that you can learn from or vice versa. That's the start because that's what builds your confidence. And that's what kind of builds your writing style, or your sound, or your production style, or whatever. And then it's like you're grooming yourself to get to the top.
Right.
You're grooming yourself to work with the upper echelon.
Yeah, you have to start at ground level and work your way up because if you don't build that foundation, it'll crumble.
Exactly.
Have you written for female artists?
Yeah. Man, who have I written for?
Represent for the ladies, like
for the ladies. Okay, let me see. Truth Hurts, Sona Relay, Dirty Money.
He's like, have I? What you mean?
There's a long list of that too, man. There's a long list.
I think that's so dope. So you've written for a lot of great artists, including yourself, of course. Mm-hmm. Let's jump over to the production side, because you're so well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a songwriter, you create music, you're a producer, you sing phenomenally.
Thank you.
Y'all gotta check out some of his new visuals. The gold mine is just like it's so sexy and classy, and I don't want to give y'all too much because you got to go watch it.
Yeah, you gotta watch that.
You got to watch it. It's such a great visual, and the song is dope. But shout out to Jay Holiday.
Appreciate that.
Who are some of the artists that you work with production wise?
I mean,
I know there's a
lot of them. A lot of them I kind of already named.
Yeah.
But for the ones that I did name, definitely Future, Yo Gotti, Moneybagg Yo. Let me see. Jamie Foxx. Even though he's a singer, but he be rapping too.
Jamie Foxx is so talented. He's one of
Yeah.
my favorites. I hope he sees this
Yeah.
because he's like you. He's very well rounded. You know, he does so many different things. He has a great voice too.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because he's such a funny guy that you wouldn't expect that he could flip it and sing the way he does. You know?
Yeah, he's just an all around great talent.
Yes.
You know, he's just one of those guys. Yeah, man, just there's
All
a lot
kinds
of people,
of
man. There's a lot of
folks.
people.
Have you ever thought about getting into acting?
You know what? I've gotten into some acting before.
Because you did a great job in your videos. I'm just saying.
Thank you. I definitely want to get back into acting more. You know what
Okay.
I mean? More main roles, more serious roles.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I've definitely dabbled in it before, but I'm definitely looking forward to really stepping it up.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this: if you got a placement in a big movie, you know what I'm saying? What role would you want to play first? What would be the first role you'd want to play?
The first role. I mean, it would have to be something dramatic.
Okay.
Like I kind of want to play maybe like a, I don't know, like a Denzel role or something, like how he was in The Equalizer,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you could pull that off for
Yeah.
sure.
Cause I love stories.
Right.
Like I like storylines, and I like stuff that builds and crescendos up to like a main
Of course,
climax.
because that's what keeps
Yeah.
people engaged.
Exactly.
You know, that's what's. So we're gonna see him on the big screen soon.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
So then let's switch gears again. You know, you're a phenomenal singer.
Thank you.
Man, you got such a great voice. And I'm sure you've heard that a million zillion times.
And I love it, man.
You
I
know?
appreciate it. I appreciate it, man.
When did you discover that you could really sing?
Well, it was always around, and I always knew I had something.
Right.
But, I'm a firm believer in divine timing.
Right, absolutely.
Right? So, I started the songwriting and the production in these different phases first, right? So, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I always want to be an artist.
Right.
But at those times, it just wasn't the right time.
It wasn't.
Because it's just all about building your value.
Absolutely.
Building your resume, building your catalog, your foundation, of solidifying yourself in the business.
Yes.
So when it does come time to step out on that other realm, you kind of have what you need. It's just about taking it to a higher level, and that's what I had to do. So really, it was like when I stepped out as an artist officially, it was like a smooth transition. It was like, it was no ifs, ands, and buts. People didn't question it. People was like, well, why is he doing this? It really wasn't that, which I was kind of surprised.
No, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Because you have proved yourself in so many other
Yeah.
areas that it wasn't like, who is this guy? Who does he think he is?
Yeah, like it was kind of like I was doing so much already at a high level. that
Right.
When I transitioned just to a different phase, it was kind of like, all right, well, we rocking with him.
Yes.
But even if you're gonna do that, you still gotta deliver
Correct.
in that realm.
Right.
So
Yeah, you can't be a great producer, great songwriter, and a
and-
mediocre singer.
Yeah, or you don't got great records, or you
Right.
don't got stuff that is of quality. Like I came out the gate with like bangers.
Yes,
like,
he
with
did.
quality records,
Yes.
and I'm not trying to boast.
No,
you know what I mean?
he's one of the most humble dudes I know that has every reason to. It's
appreciate
about being confident because you produce great work.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I mean, and like with the records that I initially came out with, like before I even put out bodies of work, like it was just I started out with 2 singles, right?
Right.
When I first came out, and even with those songs, I took time to create it, like from every aspect, from production, the writing, the mixing, all of that. Like
Yes.
I'm involved in every aspect.
You have to be.
You know what I mean? So it was like when people heard it, it was like, dang, like
It's perfect.
yeah. It was because some people when you come from the other side and then you come to this side, either some people don't know what to expect,
Right.
or they automatically kind of assume that it's not going to be that great. So when people heard mine, it was like, yeah, okay.
This guy's crazy
yeah,
dope.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, too, when you put music out, you want to put it out to the best of your ability, because once it's out there, it is out there.
Exactly.
So I think it's important as an artist, when you're on the artist side of things, that you have your hands on as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because you know how you want your music to sound when it hits the digital platforms and the whole world hears it.
I am picky.
You have to be.
I'm super picky.
Especially as a singer.
Man, my vocals gotta sound a certain way. Things gotta sound a certain way. The production, everything, presentation, the graphics, the video.
All that matters. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, because you can't have a good song, but then, like you said, the graphic looks like a 5-year-old did it. Because if that's the first thing they see, they're gonna think automatically the song's not gonna be good.
Exactly.
So y'all take heed to that.
Yep.
Talk to us about some of the most recent records that you put out.
Ooh, most recent records. Well, of course, Gold Mine is the
That one
latest
is so
single.
dope, y'all.
Latest single. Shout out to Jay Holiday. So that song came out 2020. So that's the most current single. Before then, I put out a record called Do You Know, which was more like quarantine music, we would call it.
Yeah.
Hold some people over. And then before then, I put out an EP called Kaleidoscopes. That was top of 2020. Then before then, I put out an EP called Blue Leisure, which was in 2019. So I've been consistent.
I was gonna say, you've been super consistent.
Yeah.
As you should. We're in a digital era, so I think that right now more than ever is a good time to consistently put music out, and that's something that you and I had kind of talked about before. You don't want to overdo it,
right?
Because you got to give each song or each project its time to do its thing, but at the same time, you don't want to hold back too much, because people are gonna be like, what's taking so long? Where's the next song at? Where's the next project at?
Right.
So you've consistently been putting new music out. What's the next thing that we can expect from James Worthy?
Well, new single coming in March.
Okay.
Brand new single for 2021. So I'm excited about that.
Is there a feature on it?
No, this is all
It's
me.
all you.
All me.
Okay.
All me. Debut album coming this year. So I'm really, really excited about that. And collaborations in the meantime. So right now, I'm featured on a record called Night Drive.
Okay.
Gibb from Goody Mob and myself.
Shout out Big Gibb.
So shout out Big Gibb. And my guy John William as well. A dope guy on the flute, man.
Oh, that's dope.
He's super dope. Super dope. So shout out to him. I got a record coming out on Valentine's Day. Myself and a guy by the name of Kasim, a dope R&B artist too. So that record's called Locked In.
Definitely something for the ladies.
Definitely for the ladies.
Coming on Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying?
Just for the ladies. So
Lock
check that
in.
out. Man, what else we got? We got I got a record coming out with Moneybagg Yo and Eddie Fish. That's coming out real soon. Called Plug Money.
I love that you're collabing with some artists that are kind of outside of the genre that you're in per se,
Yeah.
like a Moneybagg Yo.
Yeah.
Moneybagg Yo is he's so dope.
Yeah.
I had the humble opportunity to interview him forever ago, like years and years ago, before he was where he was at now, and he's such a good dude, but his sound is so different.
Right.
And I love that you're collabing with artists like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I appreciate them. You know what I mean? Like we complement each other.
It's a game changer.
You know? Yeah, that's really what it is.
Yes.
So I mean, there's just so much stuff going on, man. Like this new album is just amazing. I just been having such a great time.
I can tell. This is your passion.
Yeah,
this is what you love.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to talk about that slightly, and I appreciate your time. You know, we got together recently, but I was like, we got to do this again.
Got to.
How do you stay so humble?
I think that's just something that's innate in people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a real like transparent person.
Right.
But you know, I just try to show love and respect to everybody. You know what I mean? Sometimes that could backfire on you. You know what I mean? Because not everybody has the same heart as you.
Correct. Right.
But with me, I just love what I do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I don't really do it for the fame or the cloud or the attention. Like I genuinely
Love what
making
you do.
my music.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that other people love it too. You know what I mean?
Which makes it even better.
Which makes it even better. But you know, even if I didn't have that, like I just love music.
Right,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And that's what keeps me grounded.
And I love that answer. And like I said, told you before, I think that some people may not think about it that way, but if you are doing what you absolutely love, there's no reason not to be happy.
Yeah.
This is your passion.
Yeah.
Everybody has a gift. You found your gift early on,
Right.
fortunately, and you're pursuing it.
Right. And it's a blessing, and I've been blessed to have like the journey and the trajectory that I've had, because it's not the normal, you know what I mean? Like, of course we all go through our ups and downs, and
Of course.
trust me, I've been through my fair share, and
Yeah.
I still go through BS and politics and
Absolutely.
blah, 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 you know what I mean?
We all do, absolutely.
But your love of your craft trumps that.
Right.
You know what I mean? No pun intended. It oversees that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because when it doesn't feel like a job,
Right.
and you're doing it from here, that's like the biggest goal. You know what I mean?
Right. The best feeling ever is waking up every day and creating your own day.
Right.
The only way you're going to love your boss is to be your own boss.
That's a fact.
And I learned that. I'm sure you learned that early on. When you work for yourself and you can wake up every day and say, this is what I'm doing today.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to listen to someone else to tell you what to do. That's a great feeling.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to James Worthy. I thank you so much for taking some time with us right here
I appreciate
on
you having me, Queen.
Industry's Most Wanted. Like this is our first one at Crazy Atlanta, so I'm so glad it was with
Yes,
you.
and I love Crazy Atlanta, man.
We
Thank y'all
love,
for having
shout out
me,
to
man.
George.
Shout out to him, man.
Most definitely. Tell everybody where they can keep up with you on all your social media.
So make sure you hit that follow button on all social media platforms at King James Worthy. Now I will follow back non-crazy people.
Yeah,
So
there's some crazy ones out there. We
so-
like crazy Atlanta, but not
Yeah.
crazy people.
Yeah, so if you're one of those people, I appreciate the love, but you're not getting a follow back.
Right. I don't
But
blame
hey,
you.
I appreciate the support. Follow my, subscribe to my YouTube channel, James Worthy Music. All music is on all platforms. So Spotify, Apple, Tidal, anywhere you can get music, everything is available. Watch the Goldmine video.
Please go watch the Goldmine video.
And,
do it right now
Yeah,
if you
right
haven't
now.
seen it.
So
Like
you should
right
be
now.
on my YouTube channel right now, and you should be watching Goldmine.
Yes.
And you should hit that subscribe button.
And make sure you share it with a friend. Tell a
Yes.
friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, go watch the Goldmine video
There
because
we
it's
go.
fire.
There we go. Y'all heard it straight from her.
Yes. Shout out to Jay Holiday too.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Holiday, dope guy, man, dope artist, all that. I think he just dropped a new single too, by the way.
Did he?
I think it's called Ride. So y'all
Man.
go get Ride by Jay Holiday. But yeah, man, go get everything. Stream it.
That's
Buy
right.
it. And new single coming in March.
Hey, shout out to everybody tuned in. It is your girl, TampaMystic, Industry's Most Wanted. Of course, shout out to Shot for Shot Imagery behind the lens. We out of here.
Peace.